Welcome back to the DeeBrief YouTube channel. I'm Chase Alfasi, and this is all you need to know about Melbourne's round 1 clash against the GWS Giants. This match is going to be dedicated to Jim Stynes in the inaugural Jim's Game, a celebration of all things Irish, celebrating the life and legacy of Jim Stynes, as well as raising funds for the Jim Stynes Foundation. The game itself will see the club paint itself green with Irish games, traditions and entertainment taking over the MCG. The Dees will also be wearing a special Shamrock Guernsey. Straight away, the stakes are enormous for the Dees. It's a chance to rewrite the painful chapter that was last year's turmoil, ultimately finishing 14th. But it's also a game that can set up a really successful start to our season. We're probably all thinking the same thing. The Giants were very, very good against Collingwood, and as good as it was to see the Pies lose by 50 points, the Orange team looked sharp. They do have some big outs with star midfielder Toby Greene, reigning Coleman medalist Jesse Hogan, and their first choice ruck Kieran Briggs all out for Sunday's clash. They'll also be missing Jake Stringer as well as a host of other fringe players due to their Wacky Wednesday shenanigans last year. And let's not forget, they lost Harry Perryman in free agency, and they also lost James Peatling and his mate Isaac Cumming to the Crows. It leaves two key players that need to be accounted for. The first one's pretty obvious, it's Sam Taylor. The 2022 All-Australian took 9 intercept marks against Collingwood. Will it be Fritsch? Will it be Turner? Maybe Aiden Johnson on debut? But somebody has to be able to negate his intercepting role. The other key giant is Finn Callaghan. The 2021 pick 3 was immense last week, picking up 33 disposals as well as 2 goals. I get really frustrated when we just sit back and concede against the opposition's best midfielder. So, whether it's Rivers, Viney, somebody just has to be physical with him because when he's in space, he's ultra damaging. Now, Toby Bedford kept Nick Dacos pretty quiet last week, but I'm not really concerned about that with Melbourne just because our mids are going to rotate forward and there's no obvious tag. So this is my predicted lineup on Sunday. In the full back line, Stephen May, Jake Lever and Harrison Petty getting the nod over T-Mac. 8 goals in 19 games last year for Petty. We'll see him definitely return to the back 6. Onto the half back line, and these guys are going to have a really important role because Toby Greene, Brent Daniels, Darcy Jones, Toby Bedford, they're really slick and opportunistic inside 50. We've got to do our best to win it on the ground in our D50 with our slow, tall defenders. I've got Sharpie and Langdon on the wings. I know Langdon's going to go inside, but I think he'll still start on the wing. And how good is it to see a fit and firing Clary? I cannot wait. I've got Harvey Langford debuting in the number 19 in our half-forward line, as well as Disco Turner and Tom Sparrow. Very keen to see what Tom Sparrow does, probably taking over the A&B role. Then we've got Chandler, JVR, who's overcome his back spasms, and of course, Bailey Fritsch. This is where I start to get a bit giddy. Max Gawn, Christian Petrarca back in the red and blue for the first time in 279 days, as well as our vice-captain, Jack Viney. The Giants are without Kieran Briggs, so I'd like to see Max Gawn push forward actually to stretch Sam Taylor. I don't think he's going to be as necessary down back just because the Giants don't have that many key forwards. On the bench, I've got Rivers, Windsor, Billings, and also Aiden Johnson getting the nod over Matt Jefferson. Sub, I've gone Will Woden just to cover for the backs. I'd love to see Xavier Lindsay, but debuting 3 guys in our first game is a little bit risky. The ledger is at 9-9 between the Dees and Giants all time. Going back to 2013, the Giants led by 3 goals at 3-quarter time before Mark Neal's Dees kicked 12 goals in the last quarter. Pretty crazy considering we finished 17th that year. In 2016, also in round 1, Clary dominated on debut, picking up the 2 Brownlow votes. But we have lost the last 2 games against the Giants, both by 2 points. Petrarca couldn't hit the side of a barn door in Alice. That was grim. Josh Kelly binned one from 65 as well. And then last year, 16K rocked up to the G, and we narrowly lost again. Some of the greats have played for both these sides. You know, we've given the Giants the likes of Toby Bedford, Jesse Hogan, going back to Tom Scully. You know, they've given us Sam Frost, Dom Tyson, Pat McKenna. I don't even know who that is. But not Wade Dirksen. They're holding him hostage. Now, this is where I think the Dees can win. The Giants lost contested ball and clearance last week against the Pies despite their dominance. That should happen again. They've got no Kieran Briggs, and like I said, they're missing Tom Greene as well. The challenge is going to be our efficiency inside 50 and also minimizing theirs. In 2024, we ranked 12th for goals per inside 50. They ranked 3rd. If we don't let them out the back by pressing up too high and making sure that Whitfield, Kelly, Callahan aren't in space in dangerous positions, I think the Dees can kick a winning score. Anyways, bring on round 1, get to the G, and lastly, go Dees.